Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Talking Disney Magic, a show all about ranking and reviewing the biggest films in Disney and Pixar's catalog and talking about the biggest news in the House of Mouse, including Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, and so much more. My name is Adam Bankhurst, and I'm here as always with the wonderful Vanessa. And for this bonus episode, we are so excited to finally be giving our instant reactions to Toy Story 5. We've been waiting for this one for so long. Vanessa's been on the hype train for 25 years, and we're finally here. And we've made it, Vanessa. Toy Story 5 is here and we have seen it.
We have seen it. And Adam, you texted me because you saw this is like a first for us because normally you don't see things before me. I usually am the first one. And you texted me yesterday and you were like, oh my God, there's a moment. You'll know. It's for me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I am so intrigued. You wouldn't tell me anything more than that. You wouldn't even tell me if it lived up to your expectations. So now, Adam, tell me, did it live up to your expectations?
So I'm gonna keep the audience in suspense for 1 second because I want to let everybody know that we are going to be doing our instant reactions right now. We're going to start spoiler free, and then we are going to be recording a full episode where we're going to go beat by beat, do the whole thing, rank it, and all that stuff. But we want to get you something here right now, and we want to encourage you to check the show notes for timestamps for our current rankings of all our films, our upcoming schedule, and invite to our Discord. Anything else you need to know in the world of Talking Disney Magic. And if you see Toy Story 5, be sure to send an email to talkingdisneymagic@gmail.com and let us know what you think. Where does it rank compared to the other Toy Stories? All this kind of stuff. And also, you can check your feed. Actually, not today, but probably tomorrow on Sunday the 21st, because we're also going to be recording the Hunchback of Notre Dame. We are ranking and reviewing. So you have like so many episodes for you. But I know we had to do that little preamble, but we're going to go into our spoiler free reactions to Toy Story 5 right now. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to reveal this big moment because it's a very spoiler moment. So you're going to have to wait. This is a lot of teasing and everything.
That's why I didn't say anything about what it was, because I was like, spoiler. But
oh my gosh.
I knew. I saw it and I literally was like, oh my God. And then my mother-in-law was with me. So I went with my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my son, my oldest son. We were sitting there and she's like, I'm trying to figure out what Adam's moment was. And I was like, oh, it already happened.
Oh my gosh.
It already happened. Funny. I knew. She's like, how did you know? I was like, I just know.
It is so great. Well, yeah, and I'm very excited to dive deep into that. But before we do that, I do want to say I really enjoyed this movie, but I will say I don't think it lived up to my expectations, unfortunately. Like, I don't think it changed my life in any stretch of the imagination, unfortunately. I think it was a very fun movie that I think had a few, conveniences that I don't love in movies, like yada yada, this happened so we can get to this place in certain cases. But I think there were a lot of really great emotional beats, a lot of really funny moments, a lot of fun side stories that kind of come together in really interesting ways, and really fun characters and some really beautiful moments and artwork and stuff like that. I really think it's a really fun movie, even if unfortunately it didn't quite reach the lofty goal of a Toy Story 3 or one of these forever amazing movies. But I did really enjoy it. I went with Liam and my mom, and we had such a great time. Seeing movies with them is it just makes everything so much better. Just experiencing that moment together with the people you love and stuff is so great. And so that whole experience of going to the theater, seeing it just never gets old. And I love being in this world for so many reasons, even if it wasn't a life-changing experience in my opinion. Were you kind of the same, or where were you in this one?
Well, first of all, the merch is top-notch. We got Toy Story water bottles. We got the Toy Story canister. We had photo booths that had Toy Story borders around them. They had the clouds up that you could take pictures.
Oh my gosh. We had nothing at our theaters.
Oh, we were in it. Everybody got water bottles. We all got I was like, okay, we got to do this. By the way, the tin, what a good deal. If anybody here has a Marcus theater, the tin was $15, but that included a large popcorn. So basically it was almost free. Hold on, let me see if I can go get it.
Oh my gosh. That is an amazing deal. I feel like in a day and age where a bottle of water costs $15 these days. My gosh. Speaking of which, when I was at Disney World last time, and I was staying at the Port Orleans, which is a great hotel. We talked about this a little bit before.
We did.
I went to get a smart water and it was $6. I'm like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing here?
So I don't know where the tin is because I think my kids might have been wearing it on their head. But look at this water bottle.
That's incredible.
I know, right? And they had blankets. We did not get a blanket. But look at this collectible tin. It could be a garbage can. It could also be
That is, like,
commemorative,
really high quality, very nice.
right? For
I'm very
$15
impressed.
with a large popcorn, run, don't walk to your nearest Marcus Theaters to get yourself one of these because it was pretty.
Shout out.
They did have a Buzz one that was very expensive because it had, like, wings and, like, was all but it was sold out, like, that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
this is day 1, and it was gone. It was
Yeah,
gone,
popcorn
and there were
buckets are
not
no
that
joke,
many
I'll
of
tell
these
you.
left, I will say, but yeah, this will be a nice, commemorative
Yeah, that's really
memorabilia
great.
item. Both kids got a water bottle. So, yeah, the merch scene, fab, fab,
Top
10 out of
notch.
10, was so good.
We love it, but what
Love
about the
good merch.
movie, Vanessa? What about the movie?
So, I will tell you that I cried a lot. I the emotional beats just
Some,
really
like,
got me.
oh,
Um,
one moment in particular, I was like, "Oh my god."
there were some moments, which we will get to in the spoiler section, where I was like, "Oh, I am Bonnie. I was Bonnie
Mhm.
at that
Yeah,
point in my life," you know? So that was hard. I felt like there were a lot of conveniences, but it was hilarious.
it was.
Super witty, very charming. I thought it was definitely better than Toy Story 4. I do not know that it reached the heights of a Toy Story 3, for sure.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was a really, really great way of dealing with a really difficult topic. And I felt like it brought a lot of things around that, like, there was a lot. I mean, we can talk about this in spoilers, but like Bonnie's parents, man, I can see how it's so hard living as a parent of
Oh,
young
yeah, of
children right now with
course.
tech, right? Like, I see myself in them. Where I'm like,
Yeah,
gosh, like, this just hurts my heart. Like,
I know it does. There's a lot of those moments
how do
for
you know
sure.
what to do?
Right, you don't, that's the
Like, you
thing,
the
you just
question,
don't.
like, how do we know what to do? And it's like,
Yeah,
you don't, and it's, like, so hard, so hard.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I thought it was really smart.
yeah.
It was very fun. I will say my mother and I were crying together, many times.
Nothing like a
She's
good
like,
shared
"My
cry.
face, my eyes," she's like, "I can tell that I was crying, with bad quality tissues because my eyes are raw underneath."
Oh my gosh.
And my father-in-law, I could hear him laughing out loud, which was really good. So, yeah, I thought it was a really fun romp, and I will say the previews got me super pumped for Hex coming
Yeah,
up.
Hex looks really great.
Oh my god, so excited for that. And Gato, I mean, we had seen, like, the initial, like, little kind of
Yeah,
preview of
right,
that before,
right.
but, like, super fun. I mean, yeah, all aboard. I'm excited for this next phase.
A lot of fun
Also,
stuff coming.
yeah, like, it's just like, I remembered I loved you. Oh,
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Seriously. But yes, there was and I think speaking of like obviously the tough part about toy versus tech, because that's like that's very talked about out in public already. So like it's not super spoilery. But I think that they really handled that in like a very kind of like really like hurtful way. Like it like hurt to watch all these kids like use tech this way when play and imagination is out there and the way they portrayed. I thought they did a really great job of like showing that, yeah, it's like it is sad in a sense to be able to see it like that, but they kind of have
but
some
it
fun
wasn't
twists. And
untrue either. It
yeah,
was a
right,
pretty
exactly.
accurate
Yeah, oh yeah, for
depiction,
sure, definitely.
and,
Like
like, spot on.
just the way their faces are just like they're like
Yeah.
zombies. Like literally, it's like zombies. It's like kind of a horror movie. Sort of.
Screenslaver
Yes,
coming
right.
to town. I was like, "Wow, Screenslaver, he's back."
He's back. Definitely, definitely. Good. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things. And like I know, like you said, I like, Woody's back. There's like a lot of like cameos from characters from like other movies that come back. Some that are voiced and some that aren't, which was kind of weird, but like it was fun to like see different characters again and stuff. And I thought it was, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of fun twists and a lot of fun ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a very definitely a very very enjoyable movie. But yeah, do you have any other top level spoiler free thoughts before we dive into the meat and
No,
potatoes?
I wanna spoil, so please, I want you to tell everybody about your
Oh my
moment.
god!
I wanna talk about all the different things that come together. I wanna talk about some of the new characters. Let's
Yes,
do it.
let's do it. So yes, if you have not seen Toy Story 5 or you don't care about spoilers, or no, if you do care, if you have not seen it or if you do care care about spoilers, please pause. We'll be waiting for you. Like we do all the time. Vanessa and I wait for you. We don't, it's not, there's no real pausing. We're just sitting here, twiddling our
Hanging
thumbs.
out.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yes, once you see it, or if you do not care about spoilers, you can come back because now we are going to be going into the spoiler filled section. But yes, Vanessa, we all know where this is going, and we're going to start right here because we go into the forest and we see a deer, and I'm just like, okay, there's a deer. There's a deer. And I'm like, hey, it's Bambi. And then, obviously you think it's just a deer, but then it just keeps going. And then I start hearing like this music.
Moment.
I was like, what is happening? And then Thumper shows up and then they start playing Love is a Song. And then they bring in the hunter music. Da-na-na, da-na-na. The campers coming. I'm like, what is happening right now? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like literally felt like they went into my brain and pulled this out and created this like little slice of Bambi in here. And I literally like jumped up out of my seat. I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening right now.
It was amazing how it was. I was like, oh my God, they put a Bambi moment in for Buzz. Yeah, right. Like when I had him had his Bambi moment when he saw the deer and it changed him for life.
Yeah,
That's what happened to these Buzz characters.
Literally, they see
all
this.
The Buzzes had a Bambi moment. They all met with Adam and had their own moment.
It's so crazy. I could not believe that they did that. And like I've tried to look. There was like some interviews, I guess for the previews they talked a little bit about this, how obviously the Bambi was such a huge inspiration and the colors, and they even like changed how the film and the lighting looks in that scene to kind of emulate a little bit what is it. But I'm like, I'm like literally have an email drafted to Pixar. I'm like, I want to tell this story, like how this came to be and how this did this and stuff like that, because it's just I don't know, there's like cameos and then this is like a next level. Like it's such a homage to like history that, a lot of people won't maybe not even catch. Like maybe they'll see Bambi, but like the little music cues and the notes and the song and the Thumper there. And like, it's so fun. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, this is actually amazing. It was so out of nowhere. I was literally in shock.
Yeah, it literally was not like, oh, they were leaving breadcrumbs. It was just like, bam, Bambi. And I was like,
I was like, oh, it's Bambi. It's like, just like jokingly to Liam, like, hey, look, it's Bambi. And I'm like, wait, it actually is Bambi. What is happening? Oh my God. I literally, for those who don't know, who are new to Talking Disney Magic, please go listen to our Bambi episode because that movie changed my life. I had an experience with a deer that literally changed me forever. So you'll understand the context of this more, but this was a big moment for me, I will say.
Yeah. So when my mother-in-law leaned over and was like, I'm waiting for, and I was like, oh, it was Bambi.
It was definitely Bambi.
Because Adam like texted me this cryptic like, you'll know, and I was like, there's so many things it probably could be, like how am I supposed to know? And then I was like, oh wow. It was like, damn,
because it's not Toy Story related at all, really. It's just Bambi. It's the oh my gosh, it was just unbelievable. I was blown away. What an amazing scene that I like want to go see that movie again just to like, because I was in shock, so I need to like go back and watch because there might be more nods or anything. I was like, it was crazy. But yes, that was really one of the most amazing moments. But like, what was your kind of biggest moments from this film that you are so excited to talk about or really enjoyed?
The one thing that was absolutely devastating to me was, so Bonnie has a lot of problems with her friends, or like the friends in quotes that she meets, and they all make fun of her for having toys and all the
great friends.
Which I thought it was really interesting how they like brought Lily Pad along to like realize that like friendship is not just like being like a virtual friend, I think that it almost felt like they were tying Lily Pad to who Buzz was. Like in the very first movie where Buzz was just like, I'm not a toy, and like I'm a space ranger and I'm like here to do the thing. And then it's like the realization of like, oh shoot, I'm not actually, I can't actually fly. I'm not actually a space ranger. And like this world is not what I expected it to be.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say they also had the scene on the bed where like they were meeting for the first time, which was very much Woody and Buzz.
Yes.
Like back, like that was like such a callback.
Yes.
So it's a great point.
So many of these things, but like, the evolution of Lily Pad's like understanding of like the human condition was really fascinating to me. It just made me, I'm gonna shout out to my best friend Brianna from 3rd grade. We've been friends for more than 30 years now. She's my Disney BFF. She was my BFF, Disney BFF before you, Adam. Now, like, you obviously are in that spot. Sorry, B. But
hey, it's a big circle. It's a big circle.
It's a big circle. It's a big tent. You can have a lot of people under it. But
exactly.
I remember in 3rd grade, so it's probably her 9th birthday. we were going and buying gifts, and we were super into Barbies, like, very into Barbies. And I remember I was so excited to get her a new Barbie doll to, like, play with. And we go to the party, and everybody was looking at us like, "You still play with toys?"
Oh, no.
And I was like, "Shoot." Like,
Oh, no.
this, like, literally it was an arrow through the heart to see this because I was just like, "Oh my god, I was that kid."
Yeah.
And it got to the point where literally she would come over and bring Barbies, like, we would go back and forth with them in, like, brown paper bags because we didn't want people to know that we were still
Oh
playing with
my
toys.
gosh. Aw.
And so I was like, "Wow, wow, 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 wow." They captured that, like, so like, I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is, like, devastating
That is
to me right
devastating.
now."
Horrible. I know it's so fascinating how they portrayed that, like, and it's the harsh reality and its truth, and I think it's a really smart, like, strong parallel to Inside Out 2, like, with anxiety coming in, like, I feel like
Right.
she was kind of a parallel character to Lily Pad in a little bit where, like, she comes in, thinks she knows what Bonnie needs, thinks because, like, you gotta protect her, like, because she's gonna be a laughing stock. I'm thinking of her future. I'm thinking of how she makes friends. I'm thinking about how she does this, like, being a kid is so hard. It's so hard, and, like, these kids are this mean. It's horrible, I wish it wasn't the case, but, like, it's so sad seeing how people treat other kids, and like I said, part of it's, how they're raised, part of it's just they're not old enough to realize what they're doing, like, there's so many factors that go into it, and it's like, it's like a terrifying time, to be a kid. It's really scary, and I think they really, played that really well in this one.
Yeah, and like I was saying with Bonnie's parents, I felt like I saw myself in them too. Like, on
Yeah.
one level, I was like, "Oh my god, that was me," and that's, like, devastating. And on the other level, I'm looking at her parents who are like, "Are you sure this is the right thing to do? I don't know, but we have to do something because like, our kid's not making friends and our kid's struggling, and we're trying to do something that's helpful and, like, figure out a way to, get her to socialize and stuff." And so I empathize so much with that where it's just like, I don't know if this is the right thing, but, like, we gotta try something, like, we
Yeah,
can't just sit here and do nothing.
right.
Um, you
The issue
know?
I had with the dad, though, when he dropped her off at the Bonnie off at the sleepover and just kinda left her, and she was, like, carrying the suitcase by herself, I'm like, "What are you doing, dude?" I'm like, "Come on, go in there. What are you
Yeah.
doing here, buddy?"
Say hi to the parents. Make sure they're
Yeah,
actually
right?
at
I
home.
know.
Make sure
I
they're
feel like
engaged and
especially
actually care,
like, I feel like I don't know, it's like it's a weird time because, like, growing up, I'm sure you're the same way, but, like, sleepovers were such a huge thing, but I feel like in today's day and age, it's, like, so different. I feel like it's just unfortunately, like, it's sad. There's just so many more, dangers and things and a lot of things happening and stuff, so it's like that felt a little, like, out of place where it's just like, "Okay," there it was, like, kinda Geppetto, like, sending Pinocchio off to school, like, "See you, buddy. Have fun."
Yeah, it was definitely interesting from that perspective. The other thing that I thought I just really appreciated how they didn't actually bring Emily back. Like,
Yeah,
she wasn't a like, it was just I loved the way that they grounded Jessie and, like, you don't have to see her again to see that you had impact, and, like,
yeah,
her
right.
daughter being named Jessie,
Oh
oh, that
god.
got me. That got
I
me.
felt my heart leaving my body. I was like, "Oh my god."
For my best cowgirl.
There's, like, a part of me that wished they would've, like, showed them, like I know it's, like, wouldn't have really fit, but, like, a part of me was like, "I wish they would've just stuck that dagger in a little bit deeper." But, oh my god, what a beautiful moment and twist, and, like, it's such a beautiful message to be like, "Yeah, you might not realize the impact you have on people, but it's you probably a lot stronger than you realize." I think that's a beautiful, beautiful message.
It was really just, I think, such a special way to do it that didn't have to feel, like, so in your face, and, like,
Yeah,
they were trying to force, like, Emily back into the conversation, like, the fact that she went home like, back to her home and, like, it was different but the same, and,
yeah,
like, there was all these things, it was just like, "Oh, I know exactly how that feels,"
yeah,
going back
right.
to the place that you used to know and that you grew up in, but it's, like, different but the same, like, it's just, like we had that happen with my parents still live in the house I grew up in, and I went over there with my kids, and so much stuff has changed, but, like, we went out into the backyard, into the creek, and, like, I took the boys, and we were playing, and I was like, "I used to play here all the
Aw,
time,"
yeah,
and I was like, "Oh my god," like, this just felt like that for me where I was like, "Oh," like, it's
yeah,
the same but different, but the same, but the
right, right.
same.
It's an amazing thing. I mean, I love how they played with the toys and the electronic toys that were like in the drawers for like a long time, and they came back and didn't realize how much time had passed, but like it was even
Smarty
more time
pants.
for Jesse.
Oh my god, I freaking love
Oh my
Smarty
god.
Pants.
So
He is
ridiculous.
freaking hysterical. I can't get over how much I love Smarty
Yeah,
Pants.
it was really a lot of funny little jokes and the whole, like, button game. It's like everybody plays the button game, and eventually was like, "No, stop. Oh god." Jesse just
Um,
couldn't handle it anymore.
Also, like, I can only count to 2.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, that was great. So many good little jokes. But my question too, and this is maybe where we get to the conveniences part of this whole
Mhm.
conversation. We're like, I understand the pond and the network, but, like, would this toy really have those capabilities? And also, where are they getting the internet for, like, the smarty pants to be able to send all these messages and do all these
Starlink.
things? Yeah,
Duh.
it's Starlink, but, like, the potty toy was kinda old, so, like, I feel like, yeah, maybe it was early days, but, like, where are you getting these this internet connection and being able to send these messages and things and stuff like that? That was, like, one thing where I was like, kinda took me out of it, like, a little bit maybe, but and that kind of, I guess, leads into maybe one of the bigger topics, and one of the bigger topics I've kind of seen online so far from this movie is the Woody of it all. Because I will say, I was like in the trailers, I was kind of excited for the way Woody came back because it felt like, oh, he's helping them. Like there's a problem in the house and outside the house. Like there's this thing is taking over all of us. But like the way they just did like the miscommunication thing, I'm like, did you need to do that? That felt like a little like I don't know. I didn't love that thing that Woody came back as like because he misheard something. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if that really felt right." I don't know. Well, how do you feel about the Woody of it all?
For me, the way I interpreted it was like Jesse wanted coaching and, like, support from someone that she trusted and loved and respected, but she was like she thought she had it under control, and, like, she didn't actually need him. She just wanted the emotional support,
Yeah, right.
and so I think the miscommunication was Woody feeling like, "Oh, shoot, I can't leave a friend behind, and I have to be there for them," and, I think it led into the whole thing with Buzz too, of Buzz feeling like, "I thought we had this under control, like, why would Jesse need you too?" Right? Like, I think it
Yeah.
just added some, like, texture to, like, the nuances of all their relationships and how it's kind of changed and how it's different. Because I feel like if she had asked him back, that would have felt a little bit disingenuous to
Yeah.
Jesse's character, right? Like, she's like, "Please come back and help me because I don't know what to do." Like, I feel like that would have felt like damsel in distress, like,
Yeah,
I
and I was kinda thinking even more because yeah, I agree in that case, but maybe them more, like, working together, like, there's problems on the outside and the inside, where it wasn't necessarily, like, her asking, but it's like, they knew, like, there's still a team, they're still out there, they're coming back together, like, all as a group and stuff like that, instead of, like, them kinda being sectioned off and different things like that, so, yeah, I definitely yeah, I think you're right, the damsel in distress thing definitely wouldn't have been the right solution. I just thought there would have been more of like a because I guess the big twist was I guess going back to Emily's house because that they didn't really show much of obviously that happening. So I thought it was going to be a little more of like the outside toys and the inside toys working together to do something. I don't know what it was, but it turned the story kind of took a turn that a pretty hard turn, which was like I said, I think a fun one. It was cool kind of seeing this different part of the world and seeing all this stuff happen. But yeah, that was I felt like there was a little bit of I was like, I don't love how that happened. There just seemed like a lot of like conveniences in this movie. And like I said, I know it's kind of silly, but the donation truck with lily pad, like it was just right there for her to jump in. And there were like other things here. There was like, okay, like you're making this happen. But like I know a lot of it, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story or
yeah.
whatever. Like I think overall there's a lot of really good things, but like unfortunately, like that stuff just sticks out to me a little bit when it happens a lot of times in these movies, I would say.
Yeah, and I think too, what the chatter I've been hearing a lot about was how all the toys like, there were so many different disparate storylines that they were trying to, like, weave together to, like, come to a head at a
Yeah.
certain point in time, and so you were kind of like, da 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 da, like, through different like, meeting different people and moving through all these different things, and you're like, "How in the Sam's heck are they gonna get those Buzz
Right.
Lightyear toys to somewhere that actually means something?" You know what I mean?
I know. I
The
like I thought
Star
it like
Command? Oh my god, hilarious.
like I thought like I actually surprisingly thought that B plot was actually really good and really funny.
Oh,
Like, I
so good.
actually really obviously it gave us Bambi, so that was obviously great, but, like, I think it was a fun check-in, and Liam loved it. Like, anytime they kiss, he was like, "What are these buzzes doing?" So I actually thought that was, like, a really fun thing, and, like, the twist at the end of them all being drones and stuff was, like, hilarious. Like, they're
Yeah.
just flying all over the place, and, oh my god, I always loved, like, all the horses and, like, the way
Oh,
they
they
really, like
rode the horses, the unicorn.
the unicorn with the big mane.
Spectacular.
Then Woody getting the little squeak toy at the end, like fly away and stuff like that. Like there was, like I said, a lot of really, really fun things that happened. And like I said, it was a cool message. And I do appreciate the role of those three toys in Emily's house. Like they were showing, like, I think it was really strong of them to, you know, give Jesse kind of a mirror back to be like, yeah, but they're also the same but different. Like they also can feel these same feelings and being left out and doing things. It's just like an evolution of play and an evolution of toy. And it's like finding your place in the world, which is impossible. It's like, it's a very hard thing to do. But I thought it was an interesting way to like bring it back on the thing. But I also did love to, speaking of the high tech buzzes, how like they gave us a little like hint into the mind of the toys. Cause you remember when like the people came and they all fell down, and they're like, whoa, I like it was like it's like a reflex. Like it's not them doing it. It's literally like something they're like programming as these sentient toys or whatever. Like I thought that was kind of a fun thing that like showing that it's not like them just falling down. It's like no, when there's people there, they literally just have to go boop. Which I guess with Woody coming alive with Sid maybe goes against that, but I don't know. I guess generally speaking, you have to be a strong toy to go against your will, whatever it is. It's like a whole existential topic for that one, but I thought that was kind of a fun thing to watch those toys find like what life was in a sense was also kind of fun.
Yeah, definitely. No, and I did think it was super strong. It was just like, yeah, it was just this road of like, where are we going?
Yeah,
How are
definitely.
these things connected? How are we getting to the end result? But like I said, I thought Blaze was a really strong character,
Yeah, she was great.
wonderful. And can we just Jimmy Dean?
Oh my god, hilarious. What a
I
name, what a character.
love Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean's pretty
Love
great.
him.
What a little sausage, I swear. Oh
Such
my
a
god.
little pork sausage.
Oh, Jimmy Dean, what a guy or girl.
Oh my
It was
god.
hilarious.
So
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. And then there was
So amazing.
I like how, like, Disneyland was in there for a second. That was kind of like a fun little nod to, like, okay, so they live in the world of Disneyland, but, like, Toy Story wouldn't be there. So what would be in the place of Toy Story? It's like that's like a whole big thing. And like, would Bambi be a part of this? There's a whole lot of questions into Disneyland being in this world, which was kind of like a fun thing that I enjoyed.
Yeah. I I think that they really did some smart things, with this movie and had really smart commentary, social commentary. And I appreciated that Jessie, like, her development as a character and her main character energy was really good. I thought that
Yeah,
she just
definitely.
really she shone real bright in this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just really appreciated all that she did and how she was trying so hard. But, like, yeah, it was like Jessie was like a foil of Woody in Toy Story 4, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
doing the same things and, like, trying to find your journey and,
Mhm.
how do you figure out how to help your kid through
Right.
something that's really hard?
Yeah. Right. Which is, the life of a toy, so, it tracks in that sense,
Mhm.
but yeah. But, speaking of kids too, like, I do love how Bonnie's, like, vision of play was different than Andy's, and I thought that was, like, a really cool visualization of, like, how kids play, and I think, like, Blaze's a part of me was, like, that it felt very similar to Bonnie's, the way, like, she was playing, but, like, another part of me is that's kinda perfect because that's why they're gonna be great friends because they kinda see, like, the world in the same way, so, like, I felt at the end, I was like, "Wait, that's actually kinda cool." It's like these 2, like, friends, like, people were actually kinda meant to be really good friends because they have the same sense of play and fun and imagination and things like that, and I thought that was, like, a really cool message of, like, finding your friends out there and finding your people, and, like, that scene at the end when they're just, like, laughing and playing and joking around and doing stuff was just it was just so great, really, really great stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's like the message of just because you're weird or like I said, me and Brianna are still loving Barbie
Yeah,
dolls when we were 8 years old or whatever. It was too old to like Barbies, which
yeah.
now seems insane to me, like 8-year-olds, can
Oh, I
totally like
know, right?
Barbie,
Yeah, oh, for sure.
insanity,
Like,
insanity.
toys are, like, hotter than ever these days.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that there's just this, how do you find your tribe and how do
Yeah,
you not settle for less than what you deserve from a
right.
friend? What is the meaning of friendship? How do you define what a friend is? Is it just somebody that's online at the same time as you, or is it someone that shares and the love of the same things that you do and that wants to be there with you and, that cares about you, it was just so obvious how these girls just were not actually her friends,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
were
yeah.
friends and they forgot her in the hide and seek game.
I know.
Oh
My gosh.
god, that
Horrible. I can't even imagine.
gutted me.
Yeah, a lot of those were not great people for sure, not great. There was a lot of very strong moments. Like I said, we talked a little bit about this in the spoiler-free section, but the way they portrayed, like, just the kids everywhere, like, the lights in the windows and the eyeless look, and them just, like, wasting all their time away and stuff like that. It's like, God, it's a real threat. Like, I mean, you see that in your kids, and if they watch TV or they watch things, you're like, "Okay, it's time to go. Let's go, guys. Don't get sucked into all this stuff." So, I thought it was like I said, it was a good message, and how there's still like good to be had with these things. It's just using them the right way and in the right forms and all this kind of stuff. So
The
yeah,
right
a
age.
like, yeah, right, exactly. So a lot of things to talk about, and yeah, I'm excited to dive deeper into it. I don't know if you had any final thoughts. I guess my one final thought is no, you got a friend in me. That was kind of a there was like right. I think there was I think or my mom said I think maybe when Woody appeared there was like theme a little bit, but like no, you got a friend in me. That was like kind of it was like a little shocking. I was a little sad not to see it there, like
Yeah.
a new rendition because it was in the trailers. They had like a really cool like rendition of it in the trailers, but I don't recall ever hearing the song in there, which was and no Andy either, right?
No. But, the Taylor Swift song,
Oh, great. Oh my god.
oh my god, no notes,
Did you
no notes.
notice that did you notice in the credits how Sammy 2 became Sammy 3? Did you notice that? That was funny. Poor Sammy 2. Sammy was a pretty great character.
Um, so, if you haven't seen the video yet, Taylor Swift released a video of her the day that she watched Toy Story 5. Have
Oh,
you seen
yeah,
this?
Betsy mentioned that. I meant to watch it.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
it
cool.
was like a clip of her in the studio, and it gave her timeline. She was recording it the day that she recorded the song. She's like, "I saw the movie at 11 a.m. this morning. It's now 6:15. I'm about to go into the studio to record my song, and I'm playing it for Bob Iger in 2 hours." Like,
So
I was
crazy.
literally just like, it's been the most insane day, but also one of the most fun days of my entire life.
Can't even imagine, like, that sentence is crazy.
Yeah, she's like, "And Bob Iger, I'm gonna see him in 2 hours." And I was like, "Oh my god,
Okay, Bobby boy.
Bobby."
Oh my gosh, so wild.
Mhm.
But yes, it's overall, yeah. I mean that this whole story has been a great one to follow with the Taylor Swift, with the movies and the trailers. And like I said, I while it didn't change my life, I think it was a really really fun one, and I'm excited to dive deeper into it at the end. But I guess if you had to kind of score it now, where are you kind of sitting in a number scale? Since we'll be ranking it against everything else later this or next week, but where are you kind of sitting? Dart at a board. Bam.
Mm. I mean, I'm probably like 8.5, 9. I really just had so much fun. I laughed out loud. I cried a lot. That's always a big indicator for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just saw myself in so many of these characters, in
Yeah.
different ways and different parts of my life. And I just thought the messaging was really strong. And yeah, some of the conveniences made it so it's hard to, make it an S probably for me. But it was much better than Toy Story 4.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like I need to, like, watch Toy Story 4 again because I feel like I do have a fondness just because 'cause I've watched a lot, and, like, I don't I like a lot of the parts of it, and, like, the ending was super strong and a lot of certain things
Yeah.
that they were doing, and obviously Gabby, I mean, come on.
Yummy,
Like,
yummy.
the most cruel villain of all time before
Oh,
well,
gosh.
maybe before we talk about Mr. Rolo
Oh,
over here.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Mm.
Jeez. Listen to Hunchback of Notre Dame because my god, this guy.
Honestly, just pivoting to that for one quick second, I am so grateful that I did not watch it with my kids because
Serious, and I did it.
there's
I was like, "Oh god,
there's
what have I
no
done?"
way that they would have been able to
You
sleep
guys don't
ever
even
again.
understand unless you've seen it recently, but you don't even
You
understand.
don't even understand. I was like, "What the?" I just
Oh my
we're gonna
god.
save that for that after,
Yes.
but man,
Get ready for
wow,
it. It's
wow,
gonna be a
wow,
good one.
wow, 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 wow.
Yes, it was, but yeah, it's I'm excited to talk about that one. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably around an 8 right now, so we'll see kind of where things go when we talk deeper into it. But yes, I think it's really a really great movie. Like I said, it just had a few things that unfortunately, like with movies of this scale and this expectations and the way we rank these movies that are some of our favorites of all time, it's like some of these things do stand out compared to other things. So that was where it got me a little bit. But yes, a lot of really strong parts. And like I said, very excited to talk about it in depth next week. So, and we'd love you to be a part of the conversation. So please send an email to talkingdisneymagic@gmail.com. Once again, that is talkingdisneymagic@gmail.com. And once again, check the show notes below for timestamps, for an invite to our Discord, upcoming films, our current rankings of all our films, and anything else you need to know in the world of Talking Disney Magic. And Vanessa, we're about to record Hunchback of Notre Dame right now. And then coming up, we have Brave coming up.
And it'll be Brave.
Yeah, so then we have Brave coming up. So we'll see if we can change our fate coming up with that. So that'll be a nice one. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. But yeah, we want to thank you so much for joining us for this adventure. We look forward to diving even deeper and ranking it against all the other films and doing all that stuff. But for now, we're gonna go talk about one wild ride of a movie because my goodness.
My God.
But until then, we hope you have a great day and or night and a magical week. And we will see you for Toy Story 5 and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Bye, everybody.
Bye.